We also specifically talked about the number of bank robberies that occurred in Montgomery County, South Montgomery County, specifically Woodlands as well. My view of the meeting is that this was a very good meeting. What it's shown me is that law enforcement and the FBI are working very closely together on this issue. There is a lot more going on under the surface from a prevention standpoint that I was aware of. We identified a couple areas where we could bring more resources and coordinate better, some of which they gave me a to-do list as well. But clearly, the best way to prevent a future bank robbery is to catch the one that's already been committed. And these law enforcement, the FBI, are absolutely committed to doing that, and shared a number of ideas on how they could bring even more pressure to bear. And so I've got a to-do list. I'd like to introduce to you the new special agent in charge, Rick Powers, of the FBI.
Thank you, Congressman. First of all, I want to thank you particularly for your support of the law enforcement community in the Montgomery County area, and specifically the FBI. It was a very, very effective meeting for me in the sense that I got to meet with some of the colleagues that I'm going to continue to be working with here as the new FBI chief. I can tell you that we were all committed in that room to making sure this community is safe and stays safe. We're committed to joining our resources together to combat violent crime. We're going to continue to explore new ways that we can innovate and make sure that we're doing everything we can to combat not only bank robberies but other crime that threatens this area. While I'm speaking to you, I would like to put in a pitch that if you do have information on crimes, certainly you can call the sheriff's office or the police of the municipality where you live. You can look for information about bank robberies on www.fbi.gov, or certainly call the FBI office to speak to our Violent Crimes Task Force, and that's a number that's readily available. So again, Congressman and Sheriff, thank you so much for your partnership. Thank you for your partnership, and thank you for the warm welcome as I return here to the Houston area.
Right. Sir, could you one more time your name and spell it for us, please?
Richard Powers, P-O-W-E-R-S.
Right. Sheriff Gay?
Thank you, Congressman. Thank you, Mr. Powers. Certainly, this has been a great meeting, and we appreciate you, Congressman Brady, for getting folks together. We've been working together here with law enforcement agencies in South Montgomery County and all over this county, and especially in reference to these bank robberies that we're having. Certainly, I can tell you with the cooperation between law enforcement agencies in this county with the FBI, the Sheriff's Office, the Constable's Office, Shenandoah PD, Oak Ridge PD, Conroe PD, we're working together, we're exchanging information. But I can assure the folks in South Montgomery County this is one of the safest places in the country that you can live, that you can come and shop. It'll continue to be that way, certainly with the cooperation with the law enforcement agencies that we have and the support that we're getting from Congressman Brady and the FBI. Thank you.
Let's go with law enforcement. Can you Constable Tim Holwood here?
Congressman, I just want to echo what the sheriff said. Thank you for the opportunity to bring us together, Mr. Powers, for what you contribute. And the sheriff's right. We have a very safe and a very wonderful community with people who live, work, and play in. At the same time, we have an obligation to provide safety and security to those who choose to bank, who choose to work and travel through our community, and we're going to continue that. Today we talked about working together in some additional areas that would give us more resources without further taxing our community. And we're looking forward to pulling those resources together to attack this problem, to address it very timely. So thank you very much for your feedback.
Commissioner Ed Chance, County Commissioner of Montgomery County for this area.
Thank you, Congressman. We appreciate the help. We certainly admire and respect the law enforcement agencies that work together in our county. Montgomery County Commissioner's Court is committed to whatever resources the county has available to these law enforcement agencies. We certainly appreciate your help and your commitment to the county.
Thanks, Ed. Nelda Blair is chairman of the Woodlands Township.
Thank you, Congressman. The Woodlands Township, of course, is extremely committed to making sure that our citizens, our businesses, and our visitors are safe. These bank robberies have largely occurred here in the Woodlands Township, and so we're very dependent upon the Montgomery County Sheriff and all the other law enforcement to help us. We are extremely grateful that the FBI is working as hard as it is, and the township will continue to be a partner, will continue to provide support, and will do whatever we can to ensure that our citizens are not only safe, but informed about how secure they are.
Great, thank you. No, we'll take questions.
I was wondering, there's been so many bank robberies in such a short period of time. Are you prepared to say that this is the same person? Do we have a serial bank robber?
Well, no,
Sir, you might please.
you know, we feel like that there's some of these that are the same folks and all that are involved in some of the different areas, not only in Montgomery County, but maybe Harris County and surrounding areas as far as, you know, being what you call a serial bank robber. I don't think so. I mean, one may have committed a couple with the same one. Certainly we're working on those with our analysts and all, and again with the FBI trying to identify these folks. We've been able to, thanks to the news media, be able to get some of these pictures out that, you know, that we've been able to retrieve in the banks and all, and certainly we'll continue to do that and ask for all the help from citizens and all that they recognize.
So you think that it's multiple people that are?
Yes.
How much of this is the public's responsibility when they're targeting, you know, private businesses, and how much is it the responsibility of the businesses to provide their own security as well?
Well, certainly that's up to the businesses and all, and we need all the help that we can get and all, and so whatever they can do to help us as far as the responsibility of the citizens of this county, if they know anything at all, even if they feel like, hey, it may not be anything, let us make that decision, give us that call and all. So, you know, we've got folks out here working overtime in different areas in South Montgomery County, reference to the bank robberies, and again, thanks to Commissioner's Court helping us with the overtime, and the township who is also paying some of the overtime so that we can have extra patrol and all involved.
Constable, you mentioned that you talked today at the meeting about resources and things like that. Could you just step to the microphone and explain what that resources is, how that's on there?
I will not. And the reason, there's a reason why we're going to keep some of the tactics that law enforcement will use from the public's view for the sake of not sharing that information with the person responsible. So there's certain techniques that will be employed that will not be shared, but it'll be a coordinated effort with all law enforcement agencies working together. But if we share everything with you and it goes out to the law-abiding citizens, we appreciate that. But if we share that information with you and it falls into the wrong hands, then we've now given greater intelligence to those people that they can create more diversions that will prevent us from locating, apprehending, and holding accountable.
Any idea what might be driving this?
You know, it's an opinion, and I won't share that. We'll stick with the facts that we deal with. The fact is, we've had person-to-person documenting robberies that all law enforcement agencies are going to work closely together to apprehend, locate, and hold accountable.
Mr. Powers, let me question for you. On these bank robberies, there's quite a few of them, not just in the Woodlands, but across the U.S. See, a lot of these camera angles y'all get, guys with the bibs, wouldn't it be an idea to set these cameras lower where they can actually get a face, and why are they doing that?
I mean, we work very closely with the banking community to work with them about how to mitigate the risk, how to reduce the risk of their bank being targeted. So those are ongoing discussions that we have with them as we discover ways that robbers try to thwart those surveillance devices, and we can give feedback to those banks and do that. That's something that Congressman Brady is to help us with too, because he has tremendous relationship with the business community here, and that's one of the ways that we, the sheriff and I, Congressman, can work together to make sure that we help educate the industry about how they can help us help them.
Oh, a lot of your banks you go into nowadays, you'll see no head, ask you to remove your hats and sunglasses. Any way of enforcing something like that?
That's an individual bank decision for them to help reduce their likelihood of being robbed, and that's something that we can recommend. But it really is something that they'll just have to decide.
Sometimes in cases like this, the people involved will get more bold and maybe more dangerous as time goes on. Have you seen that where somebody that you know has done more than one job, or you suspect it's the same person, maybe getting more violent? Are you afraid that this may escalate into some sort of violent situation where somebody could get killed? Well, we've not seen that.
A lot of residents in the area have expressed saying that the way to address this is to have more officers. Is more officers the answer? And do you all, because it doesn't sound like more officers is going to happen anytime soon.
Well, certainly, more officers help, but no, that's not the answer. We've been pretty close to some of these locations when they have occurred. Again, thanks to the overtime budget that we have and the help with the township with overtime for deputies, we have extra folks on the street.
Sheriff, before, several years ago, it was Woodlands, so close to the Harris County line. It used to be, hey, jump to Harris County, they won't be able to find us real quick. Communication. Y'all have the new radio system now. And has that helped a lot, getting Harris County notified that you got to be on the lookout for some of these up here?
Certainly, we get that information out to all the law enforcement agencies as soon as something like this occurs, because we are just north of Harris County and all. And the last robbery that we had at Wells Fargo on Woodlands Parkway, you're just 2 blocks from 2978, go south, and you're in Harris County.
Look, thanks for being here today. Just a kind of closing comment. I really appreciate the new representative for FBI spending time with the local law enforcement. I'll tell you, there is a stronger level of protection from local law enforcement that I now know of that I didn't know of before I went into this meeting. And secondly, I would like to see an effort made. I'm going to call our banks and ask them to meet with local law enforcement and the FBI to make sure we're all on the same page. We're all bringing our best resources and policies. I think, again, coordination was the name of the game today. Cooperation, I think, is extremely important and is already occurring. We're going to see if we can't do some more to make sure, again, we're all focused the right direction. Great. Thank you all for being here.